But now, in return for the gift that you have given us, in allowing us to transmit these ideas to you, we ask in return, how may we now be of service to you? You may begin with your interactions if you wish.
Good evening, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
But I thank you first for this gift, for your knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us to receive from all of you the gifts of your being. Proceed.
Just want to see if you can, I'm fascinated with you traveling and contacting other civilizations.
Yes.
I'm trying to do that too.
You are what?
Trying to do that too.
You are what?
Trying to do that.
You are what?
I'm doing that.
You are doing that, yes. Remember,
Yeah.
we are selectively deaf to certain words on your planet.
Yeah. Got it, yes.
You are
Got
doing it.
You can, yeah.
All right. If you are trying, then what you are doing is
I'm
trying.
doing that through lucid dreaming.
All right, lucid dreaming, yes.
And I, want to you to, tell me how can I make that happen? How can I improve that?
Improve lucid dreaming?
Lucid dreaming, yes.
Are you dreaming lucidly right now?
I am, yes.
Well,
Remember,
when you make less separation in your mind and in your beliefs between what you call physical reality and what you call the dream state, you will realize you're lucidly dreaming right now, and that recognition can begin to leak into, can begin to dissolve the barriers between what you call the waking and sleeping state. You are literally dreaming right now. You dream physical reality into manifestation. So the idea is that you need to create less difference, less separation between what you call the waking state and what you call the dreaming state. It's actually the same thing, just different degrees of the same thing. It's just like a spectrum. It's just like a different frequency of light. So if you dream in a sense, or live more lucidly, more consciously, that will also begin to recognize. If you define reality more consciously, that will also begin to allow you to experience the idea on all levels more lucidly. Does that make sense?
Of course, it's totally.
Does that help you?
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that will be all for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's all about definition. It's all about definition. How you define your reality is how you experience your reality. Your beliefs and definitions are the same idea. If you find that you are having some degree of difficulty comprehending some state of being that you wish to experience, the first thing you need to do is examine your definitions of that state of being, because you will usually find that it is within your definitions that is creating the experience you are having, and when you change your definition, you will change your experience. As we have often said in your language, if at first you don't succeed, redefine success. Rather than beating your head against the wall, doing something that isn't you. Proceed.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you for tricking us into talking to our higher selves.
Always happy to supply a mask to allow you to talk to your own higher mind.
I'm nervous talking to myself for the first time.
Nervous? Why? Do you not believe that your higher mind is composed of the idea of ecstatic energy?
I do.
Then is it nervousness or is it excitement?
It is excitement and fear.
Fear. Oh, all right. Fear of what? Why would you fear your own higher mind? What definitions have you built around the idea of your relationship to your own higher mind that would allow you to experience fear? Because remember, if I may go on for a moment, any emotion you feel, any emotion you experience is the result of something you believe to be true first. You cannot have a feeling about something if you don't already believe something to be true about your relationship to that thing. So whatever you feel is an opportunity to use that feeling and ask yourself the question, what would I have to believe is true about my relationship to this situation, to this idea, to this object, to this person, in order to have the feeling I'm having? Because you can use the feeling to trace it back to what kind of a belief would have to exist within you in order to generate that feeling, because there is no feeling without a belief. So if you have defined your relationship to your higher mind with a negative belief, you will, of course, experience that relationship with fear. But fear is just your own energy being filtered through a belief that's out of alignment with your true self. Once you bring that belief into alignment with your true self, you will use the very same energy to pass it through the new belief, the belief that is in alignment, and you will feel the very same energy, not as fear, but as joy. So, what definition do you have within yourself that allows you to experience your relationship with your higher mind in a fearful way?
I believe that I am attempting to protect myself
From what?
from a fear of emotional engulfment.
Oh, one moment. You are saying you have a fear of a fear? Is that what you are saying? How many layers are there to this fear?
I don't know. There are a lot.
Oh, all right. Maybe so. Go ahead. You feel you need protection. From what? What's out to get you?
I believe I'm still stuck in a victim role from childhood that I need.
Childhood? Whose childhood?
My childhood.
Your childhood? Are you sure? Are you sure it's yours? Huh. Did that question throw you?
That's hard to understand.
Oh, all right. So it did throw you. How far? Let me put it this way. I am not just playing with your words. The idea behind what we are saying is this, in terms of physics. Every single moment is truly a new moment. And if you understand that, truly understand what that means, you will understand that you are redefining yourself every moment. You're literally recreating your reality from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Literally, this is not a metaphor, literally billions of times a second. So smoothly, you don't know you're doing it. But the idea is that as you choose to define the new reality, whatever you choose to define the new reality as, the new person as, is what you experience. Now, if you choose to define yourself in such a way as to create a definition that connects you to some other reality that you're calling the past, then you will experience it that way. But if you truly understand the concept that as you redefine yourself, you literally, again, no metaphor, you literally are every moment a new person, then if you truly understand that concept, what that means is the new person has a different past than the person that was standing there a billionth of a second ago. And if you know that you have defined yourself as the person you prefer to be, then you know you have a whole entire new history, and thus nothing that happened to the other person has anything to do with you if you don't choose it to. So anything that you feel victimized by in terms of a childhood experience is something you are choosing to believe affects you, but you're creating that experience of that affectation now as this person in the present. Mm-hmm. You don't have to believe that. It's up to you. Now, if you do choose to continue to believe that the idea of an unpleasant childhood somehow still affects you as an adult, as this person you are defining yourself to be, then you have to ask yourself, what am I getting out of continuing to choose to believe that? Well, obviously you feel you're getting something out of it, or you wouldn't continue to choose it, because none of you do anything that you don't think you're getting something from. That's your motivational mechanism. That's how it works. You always choose what you think serves you in some way, shape, or form. So as paradoxical as it may seem, if you choose something that you empirically or intellectually know doesn't really serve you, but you keep choosing it, some belief within you is telling you that it does serve you. You have attached a belief to it that says it's serving you, because if you didn't, you wouldn't keep choosing it. You wouldn't keep believing it. Because the instant you identify something as being more of service to you than something else, you automatically move in that direction. You automatically choose that thing. But you see, the key is what you define as serving you. So many times people on your planet are very afraid to really be their full selves. And as painful as it may be to stay who you are right now, many times many of you have a greater fear of the unknown. And so even though you are in pain now, it's familiar to you, and you will actually define familiarity, as painful as it is, as the greater choice, as the better choice, as the preferable choice than the pain you imagine might come from actually taking a step towards something you know nothing about. If you have attached a definition to that thing in that way, then it is no surprise that you would keep choosing something you say you don't prefer. You have to find out if you have such a definition, which you probably do, and you have to find out what it is, because only by identifying it, only by bringing it from the subconscious into the conscious through identifying it, can you then deal with it, because you can't change what you are not willing to own. So once you identify it, you will see that it is a belief, as you say, that doesn't really belong to you. To use your timeline analogy, you may have picked it up from someone else. You may have picked it up from your parents. You may have picked it up from your friends. You may have picked it up from your society. But it's a belief that you're holding on to that isn't yours. You've become what we call a belief thief. You have stolen someone else's belief. And you have been taught to believe it's yours, but it's not. If you don't want to be a thief, let it go. Give it back. Don't hold on to it. It has nothing to do with who you prefer to be, does it? What you have to understand thus then is, once you identify the belief that is keeping you in choosing those particular things you do not prefer, you have the ability to recognize that once you identify it, you will recognize it as nonsensical and illogical, that it doesn't belong to you. That's why identifying the belief is so important, because any belief that's actually out of alignment with your true self, once identified, will actually appear nonsensical. You will see it's not yours. What am I doing with this? And you will let it go. You'll drop it. And thus then your imagination and your creativity will supply a new idea, a new belief, a new definition that is representative of who you prefer to be. And if you understand that this is simply physics we're talking about, simply energy we're talking about here, then once you have, in a sense, allowed yourself to receive the conception from the higher mind of a new belief, a new idea, and you allow yourself to let it be all right to implant it in your personality structure, then you will allow yourself to be more in harmony with the higher mind, and you will recognize, at least on that front, there is nothing left to fear until the next time you find another negative belief that you can then deal with in the same way. Is this making some sense in your language?
Yes.
Is this helping you at all? Hesitation usually means no. Are you understanding what we're saying? Or is it that you, in a sense, sort of understand, but still have a belief that you're not sure you can actually implement this, that it will not work for you?
Yes.
Why do you believe out of all of the beings in creation, it will not work for you? Isn't that kind of arrogant? It works for every being everywhere, just not you. Do you really want to be that arrogant?
No.
All right. Then why wouldn't it work for you? Because you see, the real secret is, it is actually working for you. It's just working to create the things that are the strongest belief within you in certain circumstances, which may be your fearful ones.
Yes.
But the fear beliefs, aren't they bringing about situations that in that sense allow you to continue to experience fear?
Yes.
Well, then the mechanism is working perfectly. Why shouldn't it keep working when you decide to implement the idea of positive beliefs into it instead of negative ones? Why should the mechanism care what you put into it? The mechanism is the mechanism. It already works. Why not let it work in the way that you prefer it to, instead of continuing to allow it to work in the way that you don't? Why not? Why not? Why not? Any reason that you would care to invent as to why not?
I'm speechless.
Well, all right, that may be a good thing.
It is.
Let this sink in. Think about it, make it your own. It really is that simple. And not only, as we have said, is this truly just simple physics, it's actually simple physics. Very simple. The universe, existence, is richly complex, but it is only based on very simple fundamental principles. That's it. It works the same for every being in creation, including, yes, you. Is this helping you?
Yes.
Anything else?
I have one more question.
Yes.
I'm such a dreamer.
What does that mean?
I dream of meeting my true love.
You dream of meeting your true love. Look in a mirror. That is your first true love, for how can you attract a reflection of true love if you don't truly love yourself? Do you understand?
Yes.
The outer world is a reflection. It doesn't make you whole. It reflects the wholeness you allow yourself to know is true. Make sense?
Yes.
So dream on, but dream in. Allow yourself to understand that it is important for you to be who it is you prefer to be in order to get the reflection of that person you prefer to be. And the way you know that you are the person that you prefer to be is, paradoxically, that you respond to the outer reflection the way you would prefer to, even if it still looks the same as it did before.
That's tough.
Why? That's a definition.
I guess I make the outer world too real.
It isn't real. Your experience of it is. And that's the only thing that's real. It's the only thing that's actually, quote unquote, out there. Because there is actually no there out there. That's an illusion. But it's a workable illusion. It's a reflective illusion to allow yourself to have a measuring stick, a barometer of what's going on within you. But we understand you have what you call the experience of a space-time lag in your reality. Thus then, many people on your planet go through the misunderstanding that when they say they've changed, they expect to see that change immediately in the outer reality, when in fact, many times they will see exactly the same thing. And then think, well, maybe I haven't changed. What's wrong with me? But the idea many times is that, again, the change is proven by the fact that you respond differently to the reflection, even if it stays the same. It's the response that proves you've changed, not the outer reflection. Because every outer reflection is just a neutral prop that can serve double duty. It can be positive, it can be negative. The effect that it creates in your life is due to what information, what meaning, what label you put on that neutral prop, that neutral circumstance. What you put into it determines what you get out of it. And every single situation, no matter how it looks, can have a positive or a negative effect in your life. So if you define something as negative, then you haven't changed. And thus then, if you really haven't changed, why should the universe reflect that when it hasn't happened? It's when you respond to things differently from the state of being you prefer that you prove to creation you've changed, and then the reflection knows you've really changed, and then the reflection can change. Make sense?
Yes.
Does this help?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for being in my dreams.
Our pleasure.
Good evening, Bashar.
Andrew, you good?
I've been sun gazing and eating foods high in ormus minerals to increase my vibration and activate my pineal gland.
Oh, all right.
While listening to your recordings.
Are you wearing sunglasses?
No. I'm doing it at the last and first hour of the day.
Oh, all right.
And I've found that it is not hurting my eyes, and I'm following the process by HRM.
All right.
Anyway,
Yes.
my belief is that this is preparing me for living within a new dimension. And
You do understand that this is simply your permission slip, right?
Yes.
All right. Permission slip simply being whatever tool or technique or ritual is aligned with your belief system to allow you to give yourself permission to be more of who you are.
Yes.
You understand that those things themselves are not actually doing anything.
Yes.
All right.
my question. Maybe no.
You are doing it. You are simply deciding that that particular permission slip works for you. So you make the changes.
Okay.
Because that particular permission slip is aligned with your belief system. That's why people are attracted to certain rituals, certain tools, certain techniques. It's because the attraction tells them that that particular permission slip is aligned with their belief system in such a manner that they will actually relax their belief system sufficiently to give themselves permission to be more of who they are. That's how it works. That's how everything works, because it's just a reflection. It's just a permission slip.
So the physical particles of the sun or food don't actually affect the biology. It's just really myself relaxing to the permission slip and me making these interchanges?
Don't misunderstand. Because you have with your consciousness created the idea of a physical reality that has physical effects, we are not saying that those effects don't actually happen, but the idea is they don't happen unless you yourself have set up that reality within your consciousness as a reflection of what's happening in your consciousness. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So, in a sense, yes, the physical things happen, but they are only taking their cue from what you either as an individual or as a collective have agreed that your reality will be.
Okay.
This is by consensus agreement that you create what you call physio-electrical, chemical, biological effects. Yes, they are reflectively happening, but they're happening as reflections of a process going on within your consciousness. There is actually no particle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and does this relate to the indigo children and the amount of silicon in our bodies that you've mentioned before?
Yes. Because the symbol of silicon for most of you is that of a higher frequency domain crystal, which is why you initially used them in your radio devices, because you knew that they could attract the idea of vibrations, and communications in that sense benefited from that understanding. But that understanding was part and parcel with the fact that you yourselves are also containing more silicon, so that you become also better resonators, better antennas for higher vibratory energy. But again, that's just, in a sense, an arrangement of consciousness that is reflective of an understanding that you are all coming into.
Okay, and is there certain foods that we can consume that are higher in silicon or ormus? And are silicon and ormus related?
Yes, there are. Go ahead and find them.
Okay. And
Is that not part of your own process? Is that not part of your own fun of discovery?
yeah, it's been incredibly fun.
All right.
And incredibly
Well, then.
exciting.
All right. I would think it's actually quite credible.
Any way in which you can guide or amplify my process?
Are you always, at every moment that you possibly can, acting on the things that contain the highest amount of excitement to the best of your ability?
I would say yes.
Well, all right then. There is nothing I can do for you.
Oh, man. Okay. Can I ask one more question?
You just asked a question.
Two more. How will Planet 10, also known as Nibiru?
You will not see it in your lifetime physically.
Okay, cool.
The effect, the idea of whatever effect your collective or individual consciousnesses wish to create through the idea of energetic interaction with that symbol, with that concept, can create an effect in your life. But you're creating that effect within yourself by forming a relationship with that concept, with that symbol. But physiologically speaking, you will find that will not physiologically come into your domain for quite some time.
When you say my lifetime, though, are you
No.
suggesting...
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of what you call your years.
But you're suggesting that my lifetime has a limit?
I am suggesting that you Earth humans have chosen to have the idea of a physical limitation to the time of your physical experience. Yes, of course.
I have aligned myself with other physical beings who are separating from the idea that we have to have a physical limitation.
Oh, well, you see, you're doing it backwards. You don't separate yourself from anything. The idea of the expansion of consciousness is that which includes all ideas.
And so let me rephrase it. I think including the main idea that we are physically immortal.
Yes.
And that we can live forever in this physical body.
It is not that it is impossible. It is simply that for most people on your planet, that is irrelevant. Because you're an immortal being as a spirit anyway. It's like saying, I want to wear the same shirt forever. I'm never going to change my mind about the color of shirt I'm wearing. That's it. That's all I get. Most of you actually will not actually want to do that. Yes, it's possible, but it isn't relevant for the paths that most of you have actually chosen because you understand that you're already an eternal being. Who cares whether you're physical or not? Many experiences that you will actually want to have can't be had in your physical reality. So at that time, you may change your mind anyway. So why not just live in the moment? Because really the best way to increase your longevity anyway is to live in the moment, which is timeless. Thus, there is no more time affecting you. When you live in the present, you experience less time. So you just remain in that moment. But you can remain in that moment in a number of ways, in a number of styles, in a number of experiences, in a number of expressions. Why make such a distinction that it has to be in this physical body, in this physical reality? Who cares? If it serves a purpose, if it really serves a purpose of someone's path to be that long-lived, to be what you would call immortal physically, it's not something you actually even have to think about. It's something you've already agreed to. And therefore, why not just get on about the business of living your life with as much joy as you possibly can, simply knowing that if you are not going to die, you simply won't die. Why make that a special issue? And knowing that if you die, you chose to. And thus then you must have chosen that for your own reasons. So who cares? Is this making some sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
The idea is to
Thank you.
take the charge off the insistence that any one particular state of being is more representative of a better spiritual state than any other. Then you can simply get on about the business of living to the fullest and allow the path to simply unfold in the best way that it serves the you chose to be. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Live long and prosper. I believe some of you are aware of that phrase on your plan.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day.
I've been doing verbal channeling for about 8 months now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and for about the past month, starting with while receiving massage, I began channeling in a language that I do not understand.
All right. Well, what purpose does that serve?
Does it have to serve a purpose?
It will serve whatever purpose you wish it to. We're simply asking you, do you have a reason to bring through something that is incomprehensible to your personality? Is there some reason that you did it that way? There could be. So I'm saying yes. What purpose does it serve?
I didn't do it intentionally, is what I'm saying.
Well, very good. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe you are bringing through something you can't wrap your mind around, so you will believe that it's something coming from somewhere else so that your ego won't be in the way.
Right.
Well, then that may serve a purpose for you for now. It doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Once you get the point of why you maybe created it that way and relax the idea that you don't have to believe you will get in the way, then maybe it will simply convert to something that will be in that sense more understandable. It may only be serving you in this way temporarily.
Good. One of my theories was that it was your ancient language because one of the words, I repeat a lot of the same words over and over.
Such as?
Chicana.
I believe that is, in a sense, an earth word.
Oh, you mean, yeah, Spanish.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. But not all of them are Spanish.
Oh, all right.
But wasn't that
Thought you said this was all in a language you didn't understand.
I don't believe it's the same accent.
I see.
And
Perhaps you are referring to Shakana.
Shakana, yeah, okay, I wasn't
All
sure.
right.
Okay.
That is part of our ancient language, which, by the way, remember, is a hybridized language from many of the languages on your own planet and other civilizations anyway, so there are bound to be some similarities.
Right.
So Shakana is exalted light, higher light. What you might refer to as the idea of God, but not exactly in the same way that most people on your planet understand that concept. Does that help?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess. All right.
It is a different word though. Shakana, you're saying?
Shakana.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, I was wondering if you would do a scan of my body and let me know if there's any organs that I would be served in targeting for a detox.
All of them?
Okay.
Remember that all of you live in a relatively polluted environment and would benefit from the idea of detoxification several times a year. The idea, of course, is yes, again, we understand that this is simply a permission slip, but most of you have made collective agreements to abide by certain ideas that occur in physical reality. Therefore, rather than attempting to fight it, it's just simply easier to allow yourself to detox your body so that the nutrients you put in your body will have a place to lodge in the cells, which the toxins prevent them from doing.
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
All right.
One of the detox programs that you recommend, the American Botanicals, when I take certain herbs from that one, I get very weak and I feel like I'm hungover all day.
That's probably because you are detoxing.
Okay.
Because remember, it is a very strong program in that sense with strong herbs, and one of the things it will do is flush the toxins into your system.
Right.
And so you may feel weak, sick, and many things until your body actually flushes them out. Now, however, on the other side, if you have determined for yourself that that particular program is simply not what works best for you, then allow the synchronicity in your life to attract yourself to something that you feel is something you can handle. You don't have to do it any one way. Trust your life to lead you and attract you to what works best for you. Yes?
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
All right.
Does that work for you?
It does.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you, Bashar.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day,
My name is Hannah.
if you insist.
Yes. There are a couple a couple of my own experiences I would like to ask you about.
Yes.
The first one is I came to see you last year in the same room, and the next day.
It's not the same room.
Oh,
It's never the same room. Remember what we said before about each moment being new?
yes.
Just making a point.
Okay.
But continue.
Okay. The next day,
Yes.
I was feeling very blissed out.
Yes.
And I was thinking to myself, I was allowing all of your ideas to seep in,
Yes.
and I'm fairly new to this new consciousness.
No, you're not. You just think you are.
Okay.
Your personality thinks it is. You as a being are not.
Okay.
Understand the difference?
Yes.
Thank you. You see how not new you are?
Yes.
That was easy to understand, wasn't it?
Yes.
Someone who was truly new wouldn't have understood that.
Thank you. Well, I had been thinking to myself,
Yes.
what if I look up into the sky and see a UFO?
All right.
And I looked up into the sky, and then there they were.
They,
Yes.
and they were what? What did
A
you
black
see?
triangular
Oh, all right.
spaceship.
All right.
And then they were gone.
Yes.
I'm wondering.
Was that fun?
Yes.
All right.
It was amazing.
If you say so.
I was wondering.
By
what
the
that
way,
means.
that makes it an IFO, yes?
I'm not sure. Oh. Yes.
All right.
The second experience is several nights in a row when I'm in my most lucid state.
Yes. Was that a question?
No.
Most lucid state? When you're in your most lucid state. Yes?
I feel something like a cat crawling on my back.
Yes.
And then I hear it purr in my
Yes.
ear.
Yes.
And I have no idea why.
Are you familiar with the fact that at one time, some time of your time ago, we said that we actually have the capacity to purr?
No.
Now you are.
Yeah.
You simply keyed into our frequency so strongly that you gave yourself a visceral experience of our reality temporarily. You keyed into our vibration in a sense, momentarily becoming in a sense one with us, aligned with us, and experiencing to some degree some aspects of our being. Meaning our society, not just me personally.
Yes.
Does that help you?
It stopped. I'm wondering how the last time it kind of freaked me out and I flicked the cat away.
Why?
I'm wondering, it was just so intense. It was
Yes.
my reaction.
Yes. You understand that that was your own energy you were feeling, yes? Do you understand it now?
Yes.
It's your own energy. Remember, No matter whether you are interacting with someone else or something else or not, the only way you can actually have an experience of that interaction is to actually create your version of it out of your own energy in your own reality. So all you're experiencing in those interactions is your own energy accepting the vibration another is offering to you and manifesting that reality in your own energy.
Okay.
So you're just feeling how powerful you are. Nothing to get freaked out about, as you say, unless you consider yourself a freak. Do you?
Sometimes, maybe.
Oh, all right. Is that fun?
Yes.
All right. So,
I'm wondering how to get back. Once it stopped, I wasn't sure how to.
the point is not to get it back. The point, in a sense, is to understand that you can create that state anytime you wish. But the better point to understand is that once you have an experience that you know is representative of higher energy states, is to use that experience in your physical reality, to apply it through action, through behavior in your physical reality. Because there is no point in experiencing the state again if you're not going to use the state, if you're not going to flow the energy, if you're not going to do anything with it. Why should more come? You're like a valve, all of you. You are like a conduit. When you have those experiences, when you tap into higher frequencies, the point of it, in a sense, seemingly going away, which it actually doesn't, is to get you to understand you are now on a new level, in a new state, and to do things from that state. Now, really, once something has been triggered, all you have to do is, as you say, remember the experience. And by remembering the experience, remembering the experience, you will actually be in that state. Whether or not you have exactly the same sensation is irrelevant.
Okay.
The point is that once you get used to something, you don't feel it the same way anymore anyway. So that energy may still be coursing through you. In fact, it probably is.
Yes.
But you may not experience it the same way because it's something you've gotten used to. And it's something now for you to recognize that you're on a different level and to use that energy in the way that is most reflective, most aligned with who you prefer to be, what excites you the most. And as you use the energy, then you'll be given more. You'll draw more down, you'll draw more through you, and then you'll have more sensations, maybe of a different type. But don't try to recapture the same thing, otherwise you're not getting the point
Okay.
of using the energy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are you sure? Is that some of that energy then?
Yes. I mean,
Is it playing you a tune?
well, it's making connections for me, yeah.
Connections, yes, all right. Does this help you?
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Yes.
Yes.
Is protest positive?
Depends on how you frame that idea.
Okay.
Expression of what you prefer is positive. The very use of the word protest in your language often has a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
Which do you prefer? Self-expression or protest?
Self-expression.
There you go. Remember what we said about defining things?
Yes.
Define it in the way that works for you. We understand what you often mean in your language by protest. Nevertheless, the idea, when you examine it closely, can reveal to you the kind of energy that is actually behind many of those kinds of expressions, and you may actually wish to change that energy to be more effective. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Resisting something, in that sense, doesn't allow things to flow. But acknowledging, expressing the idea in a positive, constructive way, putting it out there, taking action to reflect what you're putting out there in a positive and constructive way, being inclusive instead of exclusive. Mm-hmm. These are all positive alignments of the idea of expressing a concept.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you around.
Hi, Bashar.
Andrew, good day.
Good day. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give the message to Japan.
It is our pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to deliver that kind of reflection.
Yeah, because many Japanese people got the influence from Bashar, and they changed their own life. Many lives has been changed, and I think many Japanese people are waiting for you to receive the message directly from you. Are you any plans to go to Japan to
No.
do the channeling?
No.
May I ask why?
You may ask.
Why?
Thank you.
What is the reason?
As you can see, there are things going on your planet that require the idea of energy balancing. Each being from my civilization and many other civilizations who are involved in the idea of aiding and assisting in the energy balancing of your world through many of these kinds of events have specific, shall we say, territories that they are responsible for. Japan isn't mine. But others of my society and from other societies are involved. The messages that need to be delivered will be delivered, even if it's not literally by me. Do you understand? And remember, I'm not there anyway. I'm not where the channel is right now anyway. The message can come through in many ways. The channel, in a sense, to use your language euphemistically, is just a telephone. You can receive the call anywhere, through anything, in many different ways. And you are receiving it in all the ways that you need to. Do not feel that it must specifically be delivered in a certain way for people to choose to be affected positively. For there are many beings, including all of your own guides, that are aiding and assisting you all the time. In that context, I am not special. Do you understand?
Can you explain me more, a little bit more?
My ship, as we have said now, is about 2,500 of your miles above the area on your planet you call Sedona, Arizona, because the Sedona vortex is the major vortex of what you call the North American continent that connects to many other realities and many other dimensions. It serves your entire planet that I remain focused on that vortex, and thus the idea of the channel's body leaving the continental United States is fine, but I can't send my energy through it, or it will, in that sense, dilute the energy required to remain in the North American continent, specifically through my vibration. Other members of my society are doing the same thing in your Japanese area.
I see.
Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I see so many UFOs
Yes.
in the YouTube right after the tsunami.
Yes. There are
And-
many observations being made by many civilizations about what is going on with regard to what your people are doing, how they are responding, so on and so forth. We are taking measurements in that sense ourselves. We are, in that sense, mostly, though, watching what kind of decisions you all make about what it is you have experienced. Because it will determine for us when you are ready for certain kinds of other changes as to based on what choices you make from these experiences. And that leads us to greater understanding of when you may be ready for contact.
Oh, I see.
Does that help you?
Yes. And so all the other planet existences are watching Japan now then.
Many of them, and many other places on your planet that are also potentially about to experience certain things.
And also, I'm really worried about the
Worried?
worried about a concern about the health of children in Japan.
Yes,
Because of the nuclear
yes,
react.
yes. Well,
is flying around.
There
in the
are
air.
ways, again, to thoroughly detoxify that situation. The point is this gives you an opportunity to speed up your focus in finding out what those ways are. And that will benefit the world.
I see.
Remember, I understand that from many of the points of view of people on your planet, this seems incomprehensible. But the spirits of those children knew what they were doing when they were born, and knew what they would experience, and knew what a difference it would make to your planet. In that sense, they are that strong to have chosen to have this experience because of the changes it would bring about on your planet because they know the body is temporary. They are great masters being of great service to your world. Don't waste the opportunity.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Hi.
Speak up and be bold so that all may hear what you have to share.
All right. I'm kind of nervous now right now.
Kind of nervous.
Well,
I don't bite.
okay.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, just like Yoko said, I'm concerned about the Japan.
All right, but we have addressed this to some degree. Do you
Yeah.
have some different perspective?
Well, like you told us about the Japan, they have to break the old system and
Yes.
start new.
Because as we have said, the idea is not that you will change the old system. The idea is to invent new systems to replace the old ones when they fall apart, as they are beginning to do all over your planet.
Yeah, but I'm looking at on social networking.
Yes.
All the young generation tell all the other people what's going on.
Yes.
But there is an old system like media or newspaper.
Yes.
They never say the truth. They
So?
cover the truth.
So?
And
But you don't necessarily need to rely on the old system, as you just said. You have new systems of information exchange now. So what difference does it make that the old system isn't telling you what you want to hear? The new system can.
so
So why focus on the old system? It's not about changing the old system. You can't change the old system. You can only let it go and replace it with a new system that's representative of the world you say you prefer.
But we like to change. Well, let go of the old system.
Yeah, let go. You can't change it. You have to just let it go.
But there is so many old generation.
Not for long. Don't things change on your planet when the generation changes?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like won't change right away, but it's kind of long run.
In your terms, right away is relative. Look at how fast things are changing on your planet. Remember that many people that are alive on your planet now have gone from what you call horse and buggy to space shuttle in their lifetime. That's pretty rapid, as you say. So, the timing is what you really need to focus on. Everyone that chose to be born within a certain timing and chose to experience certain changes in the overall society that they chose to be born in. There are no accidents in that context. So those that have certain lifespans that continue to exist within the physical reality during the time certain changes occur have chosen to experience those changes. Other individuals have chosen to leave. In that sense, some of them in your linear context will be reborn as children to experience the result of the changes that many of you are making now. Remember, you are eternal beings. And even though we are speaking linearly when we say reincarnation, it's actually all going on right now anyway. All lives exist at the same time. It is multiple, simultaneous, concurrent incarnations. Because all things are one, and there is only now. So different lives are the same, in a sense, now, but from a different point of view. But linearly, in space-time, you can create the effect of one after another. So even those people you are referring to now of the older generation may soon be the younger generation who will benefit from the changes you are now making. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes, I understand, but I just get so frustrated.
About what?
It's,
About what?
I mean, they can't. A lot of people like to change, but they cannot change right away, so have to.
One moment. First of all, you must understand you're changing all the time. You don't have to learn to change yourself. You have to learn to realize you're changing all the time so that you can pick the kind of change you prefer. So they're changing all the time, whether they know it or not. If you can help them learn that they're changing all the time, then maybe it will be easier in their mind to pick the kind of change they would prefer, since they don't have to learn to change. Change is automatic. You can't help it. It's going on right now. Like I said, billions of times a second, you're changing your reality. You're changing your personality, literally. So it's not about having to learn to change. It's about learning to change in the way you prefer to. So sometimes it's easier for people to know they can change the way they want to if they know they're already changing anyway. Anything that thus holds them back from changing in the way they prefer to is an opportunity for them to examine what beliefs they may be holding on to that prevent them from changing in the way they prefer to, because they're preventing themselves. Nothing else prevents them from changing. It's only the reasons that people give themselves that prevent them from knowing that they're changing or changing in the way they prefer to. There is no need for you to experience frustration about the idea, because when you experience frustration, what you're doing is reinforcing their belief in their inability to change. So you're helping them stay the same by being frustrated about it. Share with them ideas of freedom, ideas that they already do change and that they can change in the way they prefer to. Now, they don't have to accept that idea, and the idea is for you to be unconditionally loving enough to allow them to choose what they prefer, even if it's not what you prefer for them. Make sense? The only way to allow someone to choose to change in a positive way is to at least allow them the unconditional opportunity to not choose to change. That's the paradox. You have to allow them all choices in order for it to be easier for them to make any choice, including the choices that you may not prefer, but which their soul may need. Who are you to say that they're not getting something out of it on another level that you know nothing about? You follow me?
Yes.
Can you relax your frustration and your need for them to change in a certain way and just get on about the business of changing in the way you prefer? Because remember, again, you never change the world you're in. Never. You change yourself and you shift to another simultaneously coexisting parallel Earth reality that is more representative of the change you've made in yourself. The old Earth still exists and has never changed. And you keep doing that. You keep shifting from Earth to Earth to Earth to Earth that is more and more and more and more representative of the changes you've made within yourself. All the other Earths still exist and have never changed. You never change the world. You only change yourself and change to another world that it's already representative of the vibration you're now existing in by the change you've made within your own state of being. You understand? Thank you for changing with us to a new world of understanding.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
It's always a pleasure speaking with you. So
And
thank
you
you once
as
again.
well.
So my first thoughts, well, between booking for the reservation to come tonight and actually coming tonight, I had a thought,
Yes.
which was that of all the friends that I know, you and the Essassani people, you seem to do the best job of reading potential futures. And it occurred to me, well, why would Bashar not mention that it was a possibility for something like this to happen to
I
Japan?
did. Kevin?
December 10th, 2004. He actually mentioned it. It's on the
I see. And then my next thought was that the reality already existed in the
Yes,
future.
it does.
And that it was up to me to place myself in, it's always up to me to place myself in the reality that I prefer.
Yes.
And then my next thought was, well, if I now am in a reality that I don't prefer,
Yes.
and I can't go back, or I don't know how to go to a different parallel reality where it hasn't happened, the best I can do would be to make
Why
the
do you
most of
need to go to a reality where it hasn't happened?
to be in the reality that I prefer.
But why not simply be in the reality you prefer right now?
Well, I suppose that's what I would like to.
Are you
to
sure
do.
that what you're describing is the reality you actually prefer? Many of you get confused with the idea of needing the reality to look a certain way in order for it to be the reality you prefer. Again, going off the idea that if the outside doesn't look a certain way, somehow that's not the reality you prefer. When in fact it can be if you respond to it differently. Remember that for a time, you all have a consensus agreement to experience a variety of things, or at least be aware of certain things that other people do choose in that collective reality that may be representative ultimately of things you don't prefer. But the idea is if you're not directly experiencing them physically, then obviously you have created your part of that reality to aid and assist you in a way where you didn't have the direct experience. But that doesn't mean you have to completely erase knowledge of the experience from the reality you prefer, because you may actually prefer, obviously, to continue to agree with the consensus reality to a certain degree in order to participate in whatever the process is that that event brought about. You may not really want to, again, obviously, or you would, you may not really want to completely divest yourself from the reality in which such an event occurred.
Sure. So at this point, what can I do to be most helpful?
Number one, recognize that if you have awareness of such a thing happening in the reality you are in, then you need to have that awareness. And thus, then, by definition, that awareness is part of the reality you prefer, not an interruption or a diversion from it. That's number one. You follow?
Yes.
Number two, give it, as we have done by illustration this day of your time, positive meaning, so that by giving it positive meaning, it blends and harmonizes with the vibration of the reality you prefer. Step three, act on those things that are most exciting to you, representing your highest passion, your highest joy in all areas. Act and ground that energy, thus by example, giving off a vibration that gives other people a chance to see through your example other ideas of reality they can also choose. They can also prefer.
I see. And so that leads me to my next question,
Yes.
which is one of the things that I would like to do is to encourage cleaner forms of energy
Yes.
on the planet.
Encourage
more safe.
How?
By implementing.
How?
By getting people together who have knowledge on the subject.
All right.
Have them cooperate.
Have you
and,
started to do this?
I have looked
Yes
into, I've
or
started
no
to
will
research.
do. Yes
started
or
research,
no will do.
Started to make some connections.
All right. Can you accelerate this? Is this part of your excitement? Is this an expression of your joy?
It is. And
Then?
And I would like to ask you, how could, what forms of energy, you mentioned before that the Essassani people were talking about sharing with us.
Yes.
A clean method of generating
And we have
energy.
begun to do so. But you can do your own investigation into the idea of what the individual on your planet Tesla knew. And you can explore the idea of fractal geometry with respect to the idea of fractal antennas.
Is that related to Pavlita's research?
Partially, but not totally.
Okay.
But the idea is that with an understanding of fractal geometry, you will understand how to tap into the energy field of your planet, the energy field of the universe, and step that energy down fractally into a modality you can handle.
Any specific fractal shapes, because there can be many.
There can be, and that's up to you to discover because that's part of your process. You can start with the understanding of triangles and tetrahedrons because they are the underlying foundational structure of the construct of physical reality, but that's all we are allowed to say at this time without, in the sense, shall we say, spilling the beans.
Would Sierpinski triangles be on the right course?
They would.
Okay, thank you. And how much power, percentage-wise, can solar, geothermal, and wind generate in the region of Japan, because it's not sunny all year round?
It depends upon what devices you create that convert those kinds of energy into something you can use. Obviously, your technology can improve in those areas vastly. But again, you will in time find that you will not necessarily need to even rely on those if you understand what we are talking about in terms of tapping into and, in a sense, stepping down and transforming higher electromagnetic energies that are available to all of you all the time. These energies permeate you constantly.
How does electromagnetic differ from electromagnetic?
Electromagnetic is, in that sense, the context that it extends up into what you would call the spirit realm. And it is not just a physiological domain manifestation.
Is this measurable?
It is.
With our current equipment?
No.
How do we get there?
I just told you. Fractal antennas.
Okay.
They will not only be the idea of the devices, the base of the device for converting the energy, they are also the basis of being able to even sense the energy.
On the subject of silicon, which we talked about earlier,
yes.
Would that be on the right course? Or
some of these devices may be able to take advantage of amplification through specific manipulations of the substance called quartz. Again, that's as far as we will go for now. Okay. Look to the ancient understanding of the utilization of quartz to gain a clue.
I see. Thank you. Now,
thank you.
Also, with regard to the current radiation threat.
Yes.
What measures can be taken to alleviate, reduce?
There are individuals on your planet now working on certain polymer constructions that are actually capable of completely blocking and absorbing the idea of such radiation. This may require some improvement over the course of the next 3 to 5 of your years, but such devices have begun to be explored. Polymer substances, certain kinds of plastics, certain kinds of metals infused in the plastics that will actually block and absorb these kinds of radiations.
Thank you. And any other further things that would help in accelerating this process, since 3 to 5 years of absorbing radiation is still quite detrimental?
Yes, there are things that can be done, but the question is, are people on your planet willing to do them? It's not up to us. It's up to you.
Sure. Is it a lack of knowledge or lack of willing to take action?
It is lack of willingness to take action in certain directions. You have all the knowledge you need to accomplish these things rapidly. I'll put it to you this way. With the knowledge you presently have at hand, you would find that you're actually capable of alleviating this situation entirely in 3 to 6 months.
Please elaborate.
No.
Is that the only method?
No.
I mean, I apologize for being stubborn on this, but I feel like I need to gather as much information as I can in order to help in a timely fashion.
Then go and gather your information. We have given you what we are allowed to give you without interfering with your processes, which we are not allowed to do. Because there are certain discoveries you will make about yourselves that will allow you to make the discoveries and realizations we are talking about. And if we simply give you certain bits of information, the discoveries you need to make about yourselves likely will be sidestepped, and we cannot do that to you.
I understand.
All right? However, I will say this. One moment. One moment. One moment. I know this is going to sound very odd in your language. Look to the structure. Look to the foamy structure in bone. look to the foamy structure in cake to understand something important about how certain substances need to be constructed in order to perform as required.
This goes back to the antenna
No.
concept? No, separate.
This goes back to your radiation question.
Absorbing.
Yes. Look to the foamy structure of bone. Look to the foamy structure of cake to understand the nature of the structure that the substance needs to be patterned in order to be effective to this task. And also you will find certain kinds of wax will also be of assistance. Focus, if you will, in your dreams on the idea of golden, bright golden yellow wax, and another being will aid and assist you with further understanding, but they will take over from here.
Another being.
Yes, another being aside from myself.
It's not a pun on wax, is it? Beeswax. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you very much. How do you say thank you in the Essassani ancient language?
There are many ways, depending upon the context of the situation. But the idea really boils down to what we have already used, and it really is summed up most plainly as ha'atu.
Well, ha'atu.
Thank you.